Bigfoot sightings and haunted dolls, to underwater atomic blasts and alien-looking creatures, these videos will leave you questioning reality and craving more. The Bigfoot mystery just won't die, will it? Every so often, a new sighting stirs up debate, keeping the legend alive.
Oh shit, there it is again, there it is. There it is. Oh my god. There it is, there it is. It's right behind that tree.
This clip is from Alaska. It seems to be somewhere deep in the wild. You can hear the calming sound of a stream in the background, but don't get too comfortable. Do you see that between the trees? Our man is clearly spooked, and we can hear the tremor in his voice. It's easy to understand why. Only parts of this mysterious creature are visible, adding to the tension. One moment it's there, the next, it vanishes among the trees. Is this the elusive Bigfoot, or is this staged? The only reason that makes me say this is that our man is talking while recording. If he's seeing something that big and unknown, wouldn't he rather be quiet and hide? Why doesn't it cross his mind that it can hear him and attack him? Anyways, it's not enough to conclude one way or another. The mystery remains. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, this footage will surely leave you curious. Buying a new home is supposed to be a dream come true, but for this woman, it quickly turned into a nightmare.
We just bought a home, and I think somebody may have been schmurdered in it, because tonight we had a leak in our laundry room. But, what is this? There is literal footprints in this stuff. I am freaking out right now.
It all started with a simple leak in the laundry room. Now, what's odd is that the laundry room was the only place upstairs with flooring. Because of the leak, they had to rip out the flooring, and that's when they discovered something truly chilling. Dried out remnants of a red substance puddle, complete with footprints in it. You see that? I know what anyone would think when seeing it. Something was badly injured in there. She says she is freaking out, and understandably. But boy, is she composed for the video. No, lady, you are not overreacting. In fact, you are underreacting if anything. It's definitely not paint. You are 100% justified to be spooked. This looks like the beginning of a horror movie. And more importantly, you need to get out of there. If it were me, I would be dialing the cops immediately and just leave the house. What do you think? Is there a logical explanation? Let us know in the comments. This person is driving in the rain, following another car. Through the rain-streaked glass, we can see something eerie in the back seat of the car ahead. You spot that creepy figure? It looks straight out of a horror movie. It's a woman, but not just any woman. She looks possessed. Her eyes are literally glowing, and she's turned around staring right at the car behind, making bizarre gestures. The people recording this are not scared, but rather cheering in a perplexed way. They seem to be enjoying the show, but should they be? Do they know something that we don't? Is this some elaborate prank, or is it something more sinister? And who's driving that car with the possessed-looking woman in the back? Could it really be some kind of paranormal activity? What do you think? Witnessing a spooky encounter? Or just some great acting? Check this wild clip out of Romania. A humanoid creature caught on camera. Looks humanoid, but way too short. And it's walking on two legs. But look closer. It's limping like it's hurt. It even uses one of its limbs to steady itself on the car. What in the world could that be? I've never seen anything like it. Could it be an alien? Maybe it crashed, landed, and got hurt? Or is it something much more mundane? Just an old person, perhaps, but distorted by some kind of light illusion to look like something else entirely. Alien or illusion? What do you think? This one's a real head-scratcher. Check this out. A giant crab right near the shore. And when I say giant, I mean the size of a tortoise. It's absolutely massive and honestly, pretty terrifying. Look at those spikes. It's just sitting there completely still. It makes you wonder, is it really a crab or some kind of sculpture? But it looks way too real. And those pincers, they look like they could cut a human in half. Seriously, imagine getting too close to that thing. Near the steps? Is that another crab? Really, 2 of them? Yep, my fear of the oceans is totally justified. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. This next clip is intense. Actually, it's a slow dance between patience and peril. Our man is recording this bear, and this bear seems to be a smart cookie. It takes its time, moving a few steps forward, testing the waters. The man knows the danger is real, but he has to keep his composure. If he runs, it's game over. The bear stops, and so does he. Then the bear starts moving again slowly, and our man takes a few more cautious steps back. The bear pauses again, and then, out of nowhere, it rushes towards him. That's all we have. The video cuts off abruptly. I hope the person is okay and it didn't end badly for him. This really makes you think about wild animals and humans encroaching on their space. We need to find a balance. It's our responsibility to respect their habitat and coexist peacefully. Building on our last bear encounter, here's another wild one. This bear wants a piece of this rider. It knows it's got a healthy, fulfilling meal if it catches hold of him. The rider is waving his hands, trying to shoo the bear away, but the bear isn't budging. As he turns away, the bear lunges, but the man keeps his cool. He starts his bike, trying to slowly move forward. The bear takes another swipe at him. Lucky for our rider, another vehicle on the road makes some noise, and the bear gets spooked and runs to the other side of the road. The video cuts off there. Wild animals are dangerous. That's a given. We've already talked about how humans are encroaching on wild spaces. This road through the forest is a prime example. Obviously, we'll see more encounters like this, but the real highlight here is the importance of staying calm and composed in such situations. Panic can make things worse, but keeping your cool, like this man did, can be a lifesaver. Remember the Chucky doll from the Child's Play and Chucky movies? Creepy little guy, right? Now, imagine if you had a chance to take one home. Would you? Well, watch this clip before you decide. A Chucky doll is just chilling on a sofa, and a kid is playing on the ground with another doll. Innocent enough, right? But as we zoom in, check this out. The Chucky doll is staring right into the camera. Super creepy. The way it's positioned, with its head fixed directly on the camera, doesn't feel natural at all. It's almost like it knows it's being watched. Those eyes, unblinking, locked onto the lens, as if it's aware of your every move, gives you the chills, doesn't it? What do you think? Coincidence or something more sinister? Would you dare to take this doll home now? Let us know in the comments if you think there's more to this than meets the eye. What you're about to see is pure madness. Seriously, this is an expert's job. We've got a wild clip of man versus beast right on the side of a road. This guy's got nerves of steel. He's trying to catch a crocodile. Or is it an alligator? I can never tell the difference. If you know an easy way to remember, drop it in the comments. The guy moves in like he's done this 1,000 times. He hooks the mouth and the beast goes into its infamous death roll. But nope, not today. He manages to catch it and tie its mouth shut. Then, he picks it up like it's a house pet and carries it to his truck. One wrong move and he could lose an arm. This is some next level bravery and skill. What do you think? Would you ever attempt something like this? Probably not, right? Best to leave this kind of stuff to the experts. Hold on to your seats for this one. We're diving back to 1958, right into the heart of an atomic blast underwater. A calm ocean, birds chirping peacefully. It's almost too serene. And then boom! The underwater blast hits and the ocean literally explodes. The sheer force is mind-blowing. But it doesn't stop there. Another blast, or maybe an aftershock, follows, sending a massive cloud of water and smoke shooting into the sky. The visuals are something else. That pure white color, so pristine yet so haunting. It's wild how something so dangerous can be so mesmerizingly beautiful. What do you think? You can never be too cautious. Seriously, check this out.
โอ้ขึ้นมาได้โอ้มาไงฮะเนี่ย
A snake hiding inside the handle of a bike. Just look at where it's lurking. How many of us would have even noticed it? One swift motion, and bam! It could easily bite your hand while riding. Maybe this person just got lucky. This is a stark reminder to always stay vigilant. But even then, sometimes it's just not enough. Do you think you would have noticed? Speaking of snakes, here's a wild clip straight from the depths of the ocean.
กำลังเขมือบปลาไหลทั้งตัว
A sea snake devouring another snake hole. Can you believe it? Not even sure if the other snake is dead, but it's getting swallowed right before our eyes. Look closely. It seems like it's taking in water through its mouth, or maybe that's just the pressure from being eaten whole. This is a stark reminder of what snakes can do. These are magnificent creatures, built to be apex predators. So next time you see a snake, don't think, just run in the opposite direction. After that brutal scene, let's shift to something truly magnificent.
That tree is huge, bro. Imagine hauling ass on your boat.
This man is rowing his boat on a river, and beneath the surface, you can see the base of a cypress tree. Obviously, it's been cut. Cypress trees can get absolutely massive. Just look at this one. Imagine it in all its glory. Just think about how big it could be. Cypress trees are some of the largest trees you'll find. They can grow to be hundreds of feet tall, with trunks so wide you can't even wrap your arms around them. And millions of years ago, trees like these were even bigger. Ancient forests were filled with giant trees that towered over everything. Isn't it amazing to think about how these natural giants have stood the test of time? Here's something you don't see every day. Nature's wonder, or should I saw blunder? Check out this. Look at its neck. What's up with that bend halfway through? Maybe it broke its neck when it was small, and somehow survived to tell its tale. Isn't it amazing how life always finds a way? Even with that weird neck, this animal seems to be doing just fine. It's incredible how resilient nature can be. What do you think about this unusual sight? If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Speaking of nature, here's something supernatural straight from the Philippines. This security footage captures something truly scary in the dead of night. A silent, empty street, and then out of nowhere, this bike starts moving on its own. The motion sensors detect it and turn the lights on, casting eerie shadows. The bike goes in a circle a few times, almost like it's being ridden by an invisible force, and then it's off. It speeds away into the night. Seriously, does anyone have a logical explanation for this, apart from saying it's staged, which it sure doesn't look like? What could this be? A ghost rider? Videos like this make us wonder, are spirits and ghosts actually real? What do you think? An alien-looking baby octopus, completely jet black in color. Just look at this amazing creature, shooting water like it's got a built-in squirt gun. Probably its defense mechanism, right? Now, enter another amazing creature, man's best friend, the dog. This is where it gets amusing. The little octopus is spraying water at the dog, and the dog is getting totally spooked. It's hilarious to watch. The little octopus doesn't realize its defense mechanism doesn't count for much here, but hey, it's adorable. And the dog's curious reaction, just as amusing. Thank God this octopus is a baby. Just imagine this in its full size. It probably could have swallowed the dog whole, and maybe made some space for its human too. Good thing for the dog and its owner that it's not. What do you think about this cute and funny encounter? Take a look at this fascinating creature. No, it's not an alien. This is from right here on Earth, thriving in the oceans. It's a sea urchin, probably in an aquarium. What does this remind you of? To me, it looks just like the alien symbiote from the Venom movies. How amazing is nature? The sheer number of creatures nature has cooked up is truly mind-blowing. The diversity is incredible. What else is still hiding from us? What other creatures are out there, especially in the depths of the ocean? Our world has gone completely digital. Digital products have taken over our lives. One standout example: Tesla cars.
Why is my Tesla showing me that someone is following me on the way home? It moves when I change lanes, and it has been following us for about 10 minutes. I have been having my Tesla for over a year, and I have never experienced something like this.
These incredible pieces of engineering have made our lives so much easier. But here's something we never expected from Tesla: capturing or recognizing the supernatural. This Tesla user noticed something eerie. His Tesla showing someone following them. Look at this. Could that really be a person? A car just passed right through that figure. So, could this be something supernatural? Did Tesla find conclusive evidence of ghosts and spirits? What do you think? Get ready for this one. A video of a pack of moths. So many of them, all swarming around. The sheer number of moths is just insane. It's like something out of a horror movie. And the sound, oh, that constant buzzing sound. It is enough to make your skin crawl. Just look at the sight. And then there's this guy. Kudos to him for handling these moths with his bare hands. What do you think about this creepy, crawly scene? Seriously, I wouldn't go near them. Would you be brave enough to do this? Not sure what exactly this is. I've got mixed feelings about it. Should I marvel at this extraordinary view or worry about the potential disaster it could lead to? Here's lava gushing out of a summit. But it doesn't look like your typical volcanic eruption. People are just standing around capturing the video. No panic whatsoever. It's only a few seconds of eruption, and then it seems to calm down. If anyone knows where and what this is, enlighten us in the comments. As I said, it's magnificent to watch and terrifying to think about. How many of you remember the Yellowstone eruption from the movie 2012? That scene still gives me nightmares, especially whenever I hear any news about Yellowstone. For our very first video, let's head to Mexico, where things are about to get weird. A security camera on a country road has captured a very peculiar sighting. And let me assure you, this footage seems genuine and untouched. The camera catches a tiny creature scurrying across the road. And here's the kicker. It's walking on two legs. Now, that's unusual. Most small creatures we know of tend to go on all fours. So, I ask you, what do you think this is? The popular guess, a goblin. Yep, not the Spider-Man kind, but the creepy ones from European folklore. Goblins are known to be small, monstrous, and grotesque. Is that why they stay hidden, only to pop up in rare sightings like this? What's even more unsettling is that goblins are often linked to all sorts of mischief and malevolence. Could these creatures really exist, lurking in the shadows for centuries? And if they do, what kind of abilities might they possess? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? One thing's for sure, the next time you're on a lonely road, you might want to keep an eye out for these mysterious beings. What do you think is the most dangerous job on the planet? Roofers, miners, logging workers. Sure, those are risky. But what if I told you the real terror lies in a job you'd never suspect? That's right. Being a janitor in an art museum might just be the scariest gig out there. Don't believe me? Watch this.
Okay, you can do this. Just ignore the statues. They're not demons. It's fine. You got this. You got this. Oh, God. Oh, God.
As the museum closes and the janitor is left alone, tasked with cleaning up, it seems straightforward enough. But look closer. The dimly lit halls, the eerie sculptures, and those lifeless statues create an atmosphere that shifts from mundane to downright creepy. Every creak and shadow becomes a potential nightmare. The thought of those statues coming to life isn't just a fleeting fear. It's a constant chilling dread. Imagine being alone with these silent, staring figures night after night. No matter how tough you are, the mind has its own demons to conjure up. Can you handle the anxiety? How much would you demand to take on this job? And more importantly, is it worth it? Personally, I'd be out the door faster than you can say haunted museum. So, would you take up the challenge? Or would the fear of the unknown be too much to bear? What do you think it looked like when the meteors that killed the dinosaurs hit the ground, or the seconds after the atom bombs exploded in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Well, we don't need computer simulations to visualize that. This real-life clip comes chillingly close. Watch this. Isn't that both spectacular and downright heart-stopping? This is an extremely close dashcam video of the Tianjin port explosion from 2015. There were two explosions approximately 30 seconds apart. The first explosion resulted from an overheated container of dry nitrocellulose, and the second was due to the detonation of about 800 tons of ammonium nitrate. Just look at how, within seconds, the night transforms into an eerie daylight. As the initial explosion subsides and the natural elements begin to return to normal, the second explosion occurs. It's even bigger than the first. The aftershock wave rips through the scene, the brightness off the charts. You can see how far the fireball debris is flung. Imagine being near there. Your eardrums would take a serious beating. Next on our watch list is a video with little direct evidence, a lot of circumstantial clues, and the eyewitness account of a brother and sister. They claim this video is from 2006, captured in the enchanted forest of Tofino. According to them, they saw a 7-foot-tall humanoid figure about 50 meters away. The sister immediately took out her camera and captured this.
Quick, stay! Stay back!
At first glance, it doesn't seem like much. We catch a glimpse of what appears to be a black creature. It could just be a bear, but the siblings insist it was humanoid and not a bear. They waited for 15 minutes before going to the spot where they saw the creature. There, they found some indentation in the ground, which the brother claims could be a footprint. The curious aspect of all this is why the creature ran away the moment she took out the camera and started recording. It's very unlike a bear to do that. This is what has me puzzled. Could this really be a 7-foot humanoid figure in the middle of nowhere? Dare I say it? Was that genuine footage of a Bigfoot? Ponder on that. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. I just don't understand this fascination about exploring abandoned buildings alone. It's risky. It's dangerous, could end up really bad, yet people do this. Is the fame and money really worth it? Are there no other ways of making a decent and safe living? Take this for instance. This person is exploring an abandoned company building in Bordeaux, France. You see what you would expect to see from such a building. Then this happens. What was that? I don't know how to explain that. Even slowed down, it is not clear what we actually saw. Obviously something or someone in white clothing casually approached our man. His instant reaction says he was terrified. He wasted no time, just turned back and ran. Could that be a squatter? Can it be such simple an explanation? Fair warning, if you suffer from ophidiophobia, you might want to skip this clip and move to the next one. For those who don't know what ophidiophobia is, you're about to find out. Someone is using their drone to record something. At first, it's not clear what it is. We just see a close-up view of the ground. But then, you hear a hissing sound. Is it coming from the drone or something else? There it is, a pit of rattlesnakes. Look at those forked tongues flicking around. Just one of these is enough to scare the bejesus out of me. And here, there are dozens. Upwards of 25, I'd say. Watch how they react to the drone. Now, who's brave enough to retrieve that drone? So, ophidiophobia is the extreme fear of snakes. After seeing this, do you think you have it? This next clip is one of the spookiest videos I have ever seen. It features a cave discovered between China and Mongolia. The strange thing, the entrance is artificially blocked. Even spookier are the strange noises and roars heard from inside. Play the clip of a cave with an artificially blocked entrance was discovered between China and Mongolia. Strange noises and roars are heard coming from inside. It's bizarre. How can you hear such noises from a cave with a blocked entrance? But this got me thinking about a topic that has troubled curious minds and history buffs for centuries. The burial place of Genghis Khan. Since the 13th century, people have searched for his final resting place, but have yet to find it. I know it sounds far-fetched, but could this be it? A hidden cave between China and Mongolia, its entrance blocked, and strange sounds emitting from within. Something to ponder. I've seen countless clips of scary and creepy phenomena. Finding unexplainable occurrences in abandoned buildings is spooky, but expected. You know something is bound to go wrong.
Jesus Christ. Everything's going off. Look, there's a poltergeist or some shit in here. Oh! That! Oh! No, this. Holy shit!
Something has gone terribly wrong with the electronics in this office. Lights flicker erratically, alarms blare, and computers and other devices glow unnaturally. That green glowing device looks like one of the bots from Transformers, ready to come to life. Everything is going haywire. The whole scene feels like a movie where machines are about to take over. As much as our guy is panicking, he doesn't seem scared. He thinks it's just an electrical issue. But then, this happens. Did you see that? The door slammed shut with a vengeance. There's no wind, and it felt like some invisible force did it to make a point. The scare factor just shot through the roof with that door slam. Our man bolts out of there. I would too, if I were in his shoes. Does anyone know what and where this was? Please share in the comments. I'd really like to know what happened there. Speaking of empathy, here's a clip that shows we humans have great potential for compassion. Here are some good people who appreciate what they have and are passing it on, even to wild animals. Meet Ruidoso Mama Bear, but her cubs are nowhere to be seen. That's because they've somehow gotten themselves stuck in a dumpster and can't get out. Enter our Good Samaritans. They carry a ladder on the back of their pickup truck, place it inside the dumpster, and then step back. The cubs climb the ladder and escape the dumpster. What a wonderful gesture from these kind people. This is what we need more of. If we significantly impact our surroundings, we must also show great empathy for those beings that don't share our intellect or abilities. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Take a look at Mother Nature's fury. This is dashcam footage from one of the fire trucks attending the 2015 pinery fire in South Australia. First and foremost, we need to appreciate the firefighters, most of whom are volunteers. When everyone else is running away from a disaster, they selflessly and willingly go towards it. Watch how quickly the environment changes as they near the active fire. Things go dark, visibility drops to near zero, and that blazing blue fire appears. Dangerous yet beautiful. Just look at the ferocity of it. They also have mechanisms inside to keep themselves safe. These measures are for immediate safety, but they need to get out of there as soon as possible. Right now they're in the middle of the fire, facing terrifying conditions. These are truly brave and selfless souls. Let's hope they made it to safety. That was scary. Now let's move on to see one of nature's wonders. We've all seen cows with 2 horns and cows without horns. But have you ever seen a cow like this? This is truly a unique cow. It only has 1 horn. This is fascinating. Somehow Mother Nature has figured out a way to fuse the 2 horns coming from different directions. It's highly unlikely it was born this way, as calves usually have the beginnings of horns that grow with age. So, how on earth did this cow end up with just 1 horn? I must admit, it looks quite striking compared to regular cows. So, being different is, in fact, a good thing. I'm not sure what to say about this next video. Let's just watch it. Would you do this? How much money would it take to get you to try this? Personally, no amount of money could make me do this. I understand the value of exploring caves. They might contain millions of years of data and information about our planet. Spelunking is important, and spelunkers are brave and deserve credit. But my problem is with squeezing, exploring extremely tight and narrow passages. People who specialize in this are called squeezers. It's an apt name, but why risk your life? If something goes wrong, it could mean a painful and agonizing death stretched over hours or even days. I'd rather jump out of a plane without a parachute and die instantly than do this. What about you? This is one tricky situation to find yourself in.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Jesus Christ Almighty! Snakes! Jesus Christ!
Our mate from down under has found himself in a bizarre predicament. While untangling a wire, a tiger snake has slithered up his leg and into his pants. He's stopped it by clamping it with a pair of clips. My soul would have left my body the moment I felt something crawling up my leg, but these Aussies are cut from a different cloth. He starts a countdown, and at the count of 3, he pulls it out and throws it away in an instant. We can't let you hear his colorful language of relief at making it without a scratch, but let's just say the man has a filthy mouth and is quite creative with his curses. Would you have remained so calm in such a situation? How many of you remember the Child's Play and Chucky movie series? The doll that came to life and haunted people. Well, here's a doll that hasn't come to life, but it will definitely haunt you. This person claims they found this doll in an abandoned house. First of all, why would you even bring it home? At first glance, you might think this doll is creepy because it has no eyes, but that's not all. Watch this. The head rotates and there's a face on the other side too, eyes, but it looks sad. And wait, there's another face, this one smiling. Don't worry, it doesn't have a fourth face. But seriously, why would anyone want a doll with 3 faces? One eyeless, one sad, and one smiling. Who would want such a doll? Our next video is a perfect example of why you should never take risks with wild animals. They're called wild for a reason. These tourists in a speedboat think they're capturing some great footage of a hippo in the wild. But things take a dark turn. For some reason, the hippo gets angry and starts chasing the boat. Luckily for these people, the speedboat is in great condition and manages to outrun the hippo. But what if it had broken down? Or couldn't go fast enough? What would have happened to these tourists? For those who don't know, hippos are the world's deadliest mammals after humans, and nearly twice as deadly as lions. Even though they're herbivores, they can be incredibly aggressive. In fact, it's estimated that they kill around 500 people every year across Africa. So, better safe than sorry. Stay away from these animals. There's something I've always wondered about attics. Why don't most people have lights up there? They should. Here's a good reason why. This woman is hysterical. I can't understand what she's saying, but it's clear it's because of the weird and strange sounds coming from the attic. Our brave man decides to check out the source of the noise, despite the woman's visible fear and desperate attempts to stop him. The fear in her eyes is genuine. You can't fake that. He goes up to the attic, armed only with the light from his camera. People, please get lights installed in your attics. He sees nothing, though the strange sounds continue. After a thorough search, he comes down. Having found nothing, he hands the camera back to the woman, who records him descending the ladder. Just as he steps off, something appears in the attic, as if wanting to grab him. What is that? It's not human. It has glowing eyes and a face that can only be described as looking like Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I don't think that woman is going to stay in that house any longer. If I were in their shoes, I'd leave the house immediately. Life is fragile. We need to understand and cherish it, and appreciate the people in our lives. Show them you care because things can change in an instant. Take a look at this. The people in this car are going about their day as usual, when suddenly a brick comes flying through the air and shatters the glass. The vehicle stops abruptly. The dashcam is facing forward, so we can't see what's happening inside, but the panic in their voices is palpable. Something has happened, and we even hear a baby crying. I hope they're all fine, but this shows that, through no fault of your own, things can go wrong in an instant. You might be an innocent bystander and still end up suffering. So again, appreciate life. Show your feelings and express them to the people you love. You might not get another chance. This video is recorded by a man on the street, capturing the sky at dusk, a time when the fading light creates a perfect backdrop for observing unusual phenomena. The focal point of this intriguing footage is an object that appears to be an oval-shaped ship, suspended in the sky, distinguished by two prominent lights. Its appearance and behavior strongly suggest that it could be an unknown flying object, especially given its unconventional shape and the way it merely floats, motionless, against the evening sky. The object's stillness in the air, combined with the dimming light of dusk, lends a mysterious and almost otherworldly quality to the scene. It doesn't exhibit any sudden movements or flashy displays. It's just eerily present, hovering silently. I think that this calm yet conspicuous presence in the sky naturally draws everyone's mind to the possibility of it being an alien ship, although I also consider the possibility that this video could be fake. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Our brains are wired to make sense of the world around us. But sometimes, we encounter something so bizarre that it sends us into terrifying shock. This next clip is a prime example.
Bro, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is the fucking police, bro? What the fuck is that?
Back in 2017, a homeowner in Dallas, Texas, heard some strange banging noises coming from his garden. Let's just say what he saw next wasn't exactly what you'd call friendly. The video the homeowner recorded shows a truly creepy, unidentified creature standing in the homeowner's backyard doorway. This thing is pure nightmare fuel. It's hunched over, covered in a white sheet that moves erratically. But the worst part, its face. Completely black and glossy, it stares right at the camera for a brief moment. Let's be honest, if I saw that lurking in my garden, I'd be sprinting for the house and dialing the emergency number faster than you can say extraterrestrial encounter. Also, this homeowner definitely deserves a medal for keeping his cool. Well, kind of cool, while filming this freaky visitor. Animal hybrids. They can spark some seriously creative ideas, like imagine a majestic lion-tiger combo or a cuddly koala bear. But then there are some combinations that just make you want to nope right out of there. This next clip is one of those. I'm pretty sure we're all equally confused here. What in the world are we even looking at? This video popped up on Reddit, uploaded by a mysterious user. It shows a truly strange creature trying to snag a tasty treat from a tree. This white feathery critter has the upper body of a chicken, but the lower half of a crab. Yes, you saw that right. Crab claws instead of legs. This chicken-crab combo is using those pincers to its advantage, stretching itself up the tree to reach that juicy fruit. And hey, it's working. The whole scene looks like it jumped straight out of a science fiction movie trailer. Now, logically, we all know that a chicken-crab hybrid probably isn't roaming the earth. At least not yet. This video is most likely some impressive computer-generated imagery work, but the artist definitely deserves a high five for creating something so mind-bending. I mean, if I hadn't done some research, I might be having second thoughts about that chicken on my breakfast plate. Let's be real, wasps get a bad rap. They sting, they buzz around your picnic, but honestly, most are just trying to live their lives. Except for one kind, the kind that'll make your skin crawl, and maybe make you rethink that afternoon nap in the hammock. This video comes from a farmer who found a strange-looking caterpillar with a big hole in it. In the video, you can see something coming out of the caterpillar. It soon becomes clear that it's a wasp emerging from the caterpillar's body. As the wasp fully emerges, it strangely goes back into the body and the video ends. The video is definitely eerie and kind of gross, but what you just saw was a parasitic wasp emerging from its host. Basically, the black insect is a wasp that developed inside the caterpillar. This is a common behavior for parasitic wasps. They lay their eggs inside or on other insects. The wasp larva then feeds on the host from the inside, eventually killing it and emerging as an adult wasp, just like in the video. We might only think of them stinging us, but now you know they can lay eggs in other insects too. Some believe that animals, like dogs, can sense and even see ghosts or spirits that humans can't. This video might just add fuel to that fire.
No, he isn't here. He's gone, Molly. What are you looking at? Grandpa, can you hear me?
Yeah. Did you see that? This clip comes from a California homeowner who noticed their dog acting super strange. The pup was on edge, growling and staring fixedly at the couch, like something was seriously wrong. The owner pans the camera to show the empty sofa, confused by the dog's intense reaction. But here's the shocking part. At the very end, as the camera pans back to the dog, there's a clear outline of someone sitting on the cushion. Let me slow it down for you. See the impression? Totally creepy, right? The homeowner didn't even notice it at first, but after rewatching the footage, it explains everything. Makes you wonder what the dog saw, doesn't it? This is definitely one for the believer column. Pup instincts are powerful things. We've all experienced moments of good fortune, but after watching this video, you might think luck can't get much better. This heart-stopping footage comes from Sri Lanka, where a cyclist has an incredibly close encounter with a mountain lion. The traffic camera captures the scene as the man pedals down the roadside. Suddenly, a mountain lion charges out of nowhere, attacking the cyclist. The force of the attack knocks the man off his bike. However, in a remarkable twist of fate, as he falls, he ends up straddling the lion. Instead of continuing the attack, the stunned mountain lion retreats back into the forest, leaving the incredibly lucky cyclist unharmed. This was a terrifying close call. The cyclist was defenseless after falling, and if the lion had decided to attack, the outcome could have been much worse. One thing's for sure. This encounter will give the cyclist an unforgettable story to tell around the campfire. The day he wrestled a mountain lion. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Magic often defies explanation, and we all know that nature is the best magician of all, showing one of her tricks, yet again, in the video captured by these hikers. Is it a real-life water glitch? This video comes from a group of Australian hikers who stumbled upon a truly strange and mysterious tree in the forest. Their recording shows the tree inexplicably squirting liquid from its trunk. A continuous stream of water erupts from a hole, as if from a burst pipe. The camera pans upwards, revealing a fully grown tree. So, what's the secret behind this seemingly magical feat? There's actually a logical explanation. Similar trees with waterspouts have been documented in various locations. The common thread between them was an underground stream running beneath the surface. When there's an overflow in those streams, the perfect amount of pressure forces the water upwards, channeling it through the tree's hollow core. Even though science explains it, the sight is undeniably magical. Oil is a major resource in the Middle East, typically discovered through large-scale government operations. But what happens if you chance upon a hidden well in the vast emptiness of the desert? This TikTok video, filmed in Saudi Arabia, captures a serendipitous discovery. In the middle of the desolate landscape, a seemingly unremarkable hole erupts with bubbling black oil. The cameraman and his friends are understandably stunned. They've apparently unearthed an oil well in the most unexpected location. The bubbling oil could be caused by trapped gases trying to escape, making it look like the whole thing's about to boil over. Now, the big question: what do these guys do? Hold on to this newfound fortune, or spill the beans, or oil, to the government? This clip leaves us hanging. But one thing's for sure, their desert adventure just got a whole lot more interesting. They say the line between reality and the supernatural is blurry. Some scoff at the idea of ghosts, while others swear they've encountered them. Well, this video from a medical store security camera in Pakistan might just make you a believer. This video comes from a security camera in a medical store in Pakistan. It captures what appears to be a horrifying experience during the dead of night. The footage shows the store seemingly closed and empty. After a few seconds, strange things start happening. The TV and L screen flicker, followed by a plastic chair inexplicably moving on its own. The camera itself malfunctions, shaking erratically. After a period of flickering, the TV screen turns on, and a strange liquid, possibly blood, splatters on the floor. Another camera from the same store shows similar shaking. An unidentified white fog then engulfs the lens from the corners, ultimately obscuring the view before the video ends. What transpired within the walls of that medical store? The footage certainly leaves a lot to the imagination. While skeptics might scoff, believers will likely point to this as undeniable proof of the paranormal. One thing's for sure, this video is a chilling reminder of the mysteries that linger in the shadows. It sends shivers down my spine and leaves me wondering, were mischievous spirits truly at play in that medical store? Nature's wonders never cease to amaze. From the tiniest insects to the mightiest creatures, the natural world is teeming with fascinating adaptations. This video we have shows some incredible examples of camouflage in the insect kingdom. This video features an entomologist showing off a few of these masters of disguise. At first glance, you might mistake them for actual leaves on his hand. First insect is the leaf insect, positioned prominently in the center. Its body perfectly mimics a real leaf, allowing it to blend flawlessly with surrounding foliage and vanish from sight, much to the dismay of any hungry predator. Next, take a look at the orchid mantis. the white and pinkish insect on either bottom side of the hand. This clever predator uses its remarkable camouflage to resemble an orchid flower. Perfectly disguised, it patiently waits for unsuspecting prey to come within striking distance. Finally, there's the dead leaf mantis, clinging to the fingers with an uncanny resemblance to a withered leaf when it stays still. This impressive camouflage makes it practically invisible to predators, giving it a significant advantage in the constant struggle for survival. Nature has truly equipped these insects with exceptional camouflage, allowing them to vanish into their surroundings. The video ends with a remarkable scene, the orchid mantis perfectly blending in with real orchid flowers. It's a powerful reminder of the ingenious adaptations that have evolved over millions of years. Isn't nature simply amazing? Our brains are wired to find familiar shapes in everyday objects, like faces in clouds or animals in rock formations. But the sight in this video is as uncanny and clear as it gets. The video features a hiker exploring a Canadian forest when he comes across a particularly unusual tree. At first glance, it appears to hold a terrifying humanoid creature trapped within its trunk. The figure seems to have its back embedded in the wood, with its head, arms, and legs exposed. However, as the hiker approaches for a closer look, we discover that it's nothing more than an intricate root pattern creating this illusion. The roots resemble hair, limbs, and other features, forming an uncanny figure. There are two possible explanations. Either this is a natural phenomenon, a bizarre twist of the tree's roots, or perhaps someone deliberately carved the roots to create this haunting visage. Whichever the case, this hiker definitely got a spook coming across this site in the wilderness. Giant alien worms from science fiction movies are the stuff of nightmares, but thankfully, we know they're just fiction. However, this next video blurs the line between fantasy and reality in a way that might be a little unsettling.
Beek has reinforcements at Rendezvous Point Pronto. We've got to get these specimens collected and onto the truck before we run out of light.
This isn't a scene from a terrifying science fiction film, but rather a real-life video taken at the King Kong Skull Island Memory Museum. The video showcases a truly monstrous-looking worm seemingly trapped in a glass cage as an exhibit. The massive creature boasts a thick, imposing body that fills the enclosure. Its gaping maw reveals rows of ferocious teeth, adding to its unsettling appearance. Despite its intimidating presence, the tourists seem remarkably calm, taking pictures as if it were just another exotic jungle animal. There's a good reason for their relaxed demeanor. This monstrous worm isn't a real flesh and blood nightmare come to life. It's actually a cleverly designed mechanical robot, strategically placed in the museum for display purposes. The movements you see are powered by motors and gears, a fact likely familiar to the tourists. While the adults might be in on the secret, this exhibit would undoubtedly send shivers down the spines of any unsuspecting children who stumble upon it. We've all heard stories of giants among humans, but have you ever considered the idea of giant insects and amphibians? Get ready to be amazed, and maybe a little creeped out. First up, take a look at this photo. It appears to show a man with a simple stick resting on his face. But that's no ordinary stick. It's actually a monstrous insect known as the Chan's megastick. Native to the island of Borneo, the Chan's megastick is a species of stick insect holding the title of one of the longest insects in the world. This particular specimen, now residing in the Natural History Museum of London, measures a staggering 22 inches long. Imagine encountering such a creature in the wild. It would definitely be a sight to remember. Next, let's shift our focus to this photo. Here we see a man holding a frog that appears disturbingly large. But don't let its size fool you. The Goliath frog, found in West Africa, is actually quite a gentle giant. Holding the title of the world's largest frog, the Goliath can grow up to 13 inches in length and weigh a whopping 6.6 pounds. While their size might be intimidating at first glance, these frogs are primarily insectivores and pose no threat to humans. However, picturing a Goliath frog the size of a cat hopping around your backyard is certainly enough to spark the imagination. The world boasts hundreds of incredible frog and toad species, but there's one in particular that always captures my attention with its fascinating behavior. This video, taken by a tourist in the Amazon rainforest, showcases a truly intriguing frog. The camera zooms in on a rather inflated frog resting in a pond. Suddenly, the frog undergoes a remarkable transformation. It rapidly transfers air from its body to a large sac beneath its mouth, causing the sac to inflate dramatically. This inflation is accompanied by a grunt-like sound from the frog. The surrounding area also echoes with other frog calls, suggesting the presence of similar species nearby. This curious creature is none other than the banded bullfrog. By inflating its body and tilting its head downward, the bullfrog creates the illusion of being much larger than its actual size. This impressive display serves as a powerful defense mechanism, intimidating potential predators and keeping them at bay. In the video, it seems the bullfrog might have mistaken the cameraman for a threat, prompting its impressive inflation tactic. It looks like the pufferfish has some serious competition in the inflation department. Down by 5 goals and feeling defeated, this soccer match in Russia takes a crazy turn that might just be the most unexpected save ever. This video, captured in Russia, shows a group of teenagers enjoying a friendly soccer match in a picturesque mountain setting. But their carefree afternoon takes an unexpected turn. As the game progresses, the wind begins to pick up, steadily intensifying. Suddenly, a dust devil forms on the field, swirling with increasing power. This miniature vortex sets its sights on a surprising target. Soccer goal. The large, heavy goalpost starts to wobble as the dust devil engulfs it. The dust devil itself isn't massive, but it's strong enough to disrupt the game and send the goalpost on a bizarre journey. Reacting quickly, the players scramble to safety as the dust devil spins the goalpost around the field. The video ends with the players at a safe distance, leaving the fate of the goalpost unknown. This serves as a reminder of the power of nature, even in its seemingly smaller forms. A harmless game of soccer can quickly turn into an unexpected adventure. You know you've mastered the guitar when your cow becomes your biggest fan and naps to your music. This heartwarming video comes all the way from Texas and features a woman serenading her bovine buddy. We see her strumming away in her backyard with a majestic cow chilling right beside her. As the music fills the air, the cow gets swept away by the calming melody. It gradually relaxes, lowers itself to the ground, and snuggles right into the woman's lap. The woman continues to play, a peaceful smile on her face, as her furry friend drifts off to sleep, seemingly free of a single care. Isn't it amazing how animals can appreciate music just like us? This video is pure magic, a testament to the power of music to soothe the soul, even a bovine one. It definitely makes me want to try this with my cat. maybe those nighttime zoomies will finally become a thing of the past. Nature has a way of throwing some seriously bizarre things our way, and this video is a prime example. What in the world is that? This unsettling sight is a parade of processionary caterpillars. It looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. A super long, multi-legged monstrosity slithering across the dirt. But wait a minute. As we zoom in, the truth is revealed. This isn't one giant nightmare caterpillar, but hundreds of individual ones, all lined up head to tail in a mesmerizing, creepy sort of way. These fascinating creatures are part of the life cycle of the pine processionary moth, native to areas around the Mediterranean and parts of Europe. They're on a mission, a mass migration to find the perfect spot to burrow underground and transform into cocoons. Believe it or not, each caterpillar is literally following the fuzzy behind of the one in front. The leader of this synchronized line is usually destined to become a female moth. I have to admit, the urge to disrupt this creepy caterpillar conga line is real. But hey, gotta respect their fascinating, albeit unsettling, natural process. In this captivating video, shot from within the depths of the woods, we're presented with a sight that is both extraordinary and mystifying. Hidden among the greenery of the trees and vegetation, the footage reveals the presence of small, skinny, humanoid figures. These creatures are depicted as naked but lack any defining sexual characteristics, adding to their enigmatic nature. The appearance of these beings raises immediate questions about their identity. Are they goblins, as suggested by their diminutive and slender forms, which seem to belong more to the realm of folklore and myth than our modern world? Or could the footage be the result of computer-generated imagery designed to create a convincing illusion of their existence? Having a companion dog with you when venturing into a forest for hiking can be crucial for your safety, and this video provides a compelling example of why. The footage, recorded by a hiker, shows a forest trail with a black figure standing on the other side. The figure seems to notice the hiker recording and begins to flee. The hiker's dog reacts by barking at the figure, causing it to retreat even faster.
Oh my god, no, Ziggy, no!
The creature is described as humanoid, with a strong built body covered in thick black fur, resembling a Bigfoot. The presence of the dog played a key role in deterring the creature and ensuring the hiker's safety. It prompts the consideration of what might have happened if the hiker didn't have a dog with them. The protective instincts of a canine companion can make a significant difference in encounters with wildlife, providing an added layer of security during outdoor adventures. This video is from a beach, showcasing the discovery of a peculiar siren-like creature washed up on the shore. The footage begins with a view of the beach scattered with washed-up wood branches. The camera then focuses on a dried-up, eerie-looking body. Upon closer inspection, the creature appears to resemble a mermaid with long feminine hair on its head. The lower half of the creature resembles that of a fish, while the upper body resembles a human. However, there's a possibility that this could be a fake or a prop deliberately placed there by someone. The suspicion arises because the creature's appearance suggests it might be a wooden model created for a specific effect. Regardless of its authenticity, the creature in the video does convey a creepy and unsettling vibe. This video was caught by a hunter who was bothered by these sounds. It is obviously an animal of some sort. perhaps in distress or maybe giving warning sounds. This is one of the creepy noises you're ever likely to hear, particularly if you're alone somewhere remote at night. These sounds have caused a wave of speculation, as it has captured imagination of many wondering what it could be. Most have suggested this to be from maybe a moose or an elk. What do you think? Is it the mating call of a randy moose, a trapped bobcat, or something more sinister? Let us know your guesses in the comments below. This is a clip of a really unnerving scene. From far you might think your mind is playing tricks on you, until we zoom on the strange figure. It looks like a really tall humanoid shadow is holding onto the pole beside it. It is something unfamiliar and out of the ordinary, and I have never seen anything like it. Examining its physique, our attention is drawn to its elongated limbs and stretched out body. Could it be a person dressed in all black, possibly to cause speculation? A shadow of something tall causing a glitch in the camera, or an optical illusion created by certain lighting conditions, or in an eerie case, we could be in a presence of some sort of spirit. This video was recorded by a person who claimed the area to be infested by an anomaly, the Bigfoot. He was daring enough to take an adventure in the middle of the woods at night alone, and is met by something lurking in the dark. As he shines his flashlight into the forest, he sees the reflection of the eyes of a big animal relentlessly staring at him.
Okay, I need to figure out what this thing is before we go any further. There he is, right there. See him?
This sends chills down his spine. Just then, a towering pale shadow swiftly passes between the trees going in the right side. We cannot understand what the figure is due to the darkness. Our attention immediately shifts from the uncanny presence to the queer sounds that rent the air. Well, I think this could be just a mere mountain lion, out in the night hunting for a snack. This camera caught a Bigfoot in 2015. Although the video is low quality, the details are pretty visible. The massive creature, covered in a rich coat of black hair, can be seen walking towards a certain point. It stops, and one can see it extending its really long arms towards the tree trunk. At the same moments, it starts to shake the tree with sheer strength. It is both awe-inspiring and terrifying at the same time. It leaves the tree and proceeds to another. What was the Bigfoot doing with the trees? Was it trying to take the tree down? Or it could be some sort of communication between Bigfoot entities? The local authority in this area had detected some movement on a private property and went on to check what it was, only to see this.
Hey! You're on private property!
He immediately stops when he sees a furry figure stalking amidst the bushes. This startles him. A form of light can be seen flickering in the bushes. Suddenly, the figure emerges from a thicket. It is enveloped by a dense covering of hair. Due to the low lighting in the footage, we cannot see its face, but what is visible is its short stature. As if agitated, this figure starts approaching the person recording, and this frightens him, and he turns to retreat in the other direction. I wonder what this thing could be. Supposedly a Bigfoot, or just a really creepy intruder. This security camera caught this very scary occurrence at a certain checkpoint. A car can be seen approaching the security checkpoint. As it stops, something seems to be really strange. The car appears to have no driver at all, and the guard surely notices all these weirdness. He gets out to investigate what really could be going on. Suddenly, something on the roof of the car terrifies the daylights out of him, and he drops to the ground in panic as he scrambles away. Our attention shifts to the apparition on the car. It seems to be pretty real to me. Due to the darkness, I can't make out what this strange figure is, but it is surely scary from the guard's reaction. These two uncanny events truly perturb one. Where was the driver? And what's the creature on the roof? Could be witnessing a ghost driver. These two guys were out for a walk when they recognized something moving between the trees. As one of them continues recording, we can see a creature's head bobbling up and down as it walks.
Oh shit. Oh my God. What is that thing, man? I didn't know it was that fucking big. It's not coming up here, is it? No, I don't even think it recognizes, man. Calm down, be quiet.
Shortly, it emerges, a black, enigmatic figure. It is really immense that the people recording exclaim with astonishment. It is not aware of the people watching it, and it casually strolls away from the huge steps it is taking. I think it's a really tall creature. This bipedal subject seems to be enveloped in a thick coat of fur. Do you see how it's walking while arms hang down its side? This depiction aligns with the general perception of the Bigfoot. This homeowner was in his roof repairing a faulty cable when he seemed to see something lurking in the shadows. When this footage is slowed, upon closer scrutiny, we can see an unknown figure that seems to be stalking. Then suddenly, it lunges back to its hiding place. The man surely spots it and immediately scurries away, not wanting to know what this frightening creature could be. This could be a raccoon or a small furry animal. The residents of this house had been receiving unexpected guests in their home. Their visits were now a nuisance, so he decided to film this encounter. We can see him closing the door, and after he goes back, the door opens, and what's shocking is that there is no one behind the door. His dog is aware of this weirdness and barks in confirmation that there might be an intruder. He closes the door one more time, and the same happens.
Little buddy.
But this time, an unearthly humanoid figure can be seen in the darkness down the fleet of stairs when we zoom at the door. This is very scary, and as if it is not enough, the door closes itself, and when opens, the queer subject shapeshifts into a really enigmatic figure. This is spine-chilling. The quality of this video is impressive, and I don't think it's edited. The dogs in the house were going crazy. Were they seeing something paranormal unseen to the human eyes? But surely something very creepy could be roaming in this household. This hunter has been on the trail for Bigfoot, and he disclosed a footage that claims to be entailing on the Sasquatch. This is the grassland where he caught the infamous creature. As he records, within the tall grass, a brown-haired creature appears and seems to be walking bipedally towards the left. It has a huge frame and a towering height. This description perfectly fits the Bigfoot characteristics, but maybe it could be a lost orangutan roaming in the area, or a man in a costume performing a hoax just to cause a show. In the following footage, a remote control drone is taken out for a spin in Salt Fort State Park, Ohio. As the pilot takes it out on a test run practicing its hovering capabilities, he unintentionally captures footage of a large, dark figure lurking amongst the trees. Pay attention to the left side of the screen. The footage is easily missed. It looks like a large black dot. But watch as the video is enhanced with a spotlight. The figure becomes unmistakably clear. The drone is eventually lowered to the ground, and the unsuspecting pilot comes to claim it was completely unaware that only a few feet away this hulking creature is standing, more than likely aware of him, listening to him, watching him.
His spectator, he's not standing that far away. Not far enough for me.
What do you think? Is this footage authentic? A bright and warm summer day. This poster is enjoying time out in nature, but they are not the only ones soaking up the sunshine. Watch what becomes visible when they spot a shape in the distance. Zooming in with the full capacity of the phone camera, a familiar figure is recorded resting against a tree. Recognize the ape-like features, the color of its fur. Imagine its size if this video was filmed and zoomed in from some distance. Imagine you're hiking through the woods with your dog. Suddenly you become aware that you are not alone. Just beyond, in a clearing through the trees, you spot a large, dark shape resting on a tree stump. In this footage, the poster appears to capture something large, black, and covered in fur. The quality of the video is poor, but a shape is visible, as are its movements for a fraction of a second. Beyond this, it's anyone's guess whether it's Bigfoot or a bear.
He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. Daisy, come here. Daisy, come here.
All we have to go on is the conviction of the poster's claim and the rising fear in his voice as he calls out to his dog. Not all First Nation beliefs around Sasquatch are favorable. Whilst some believe that sightings of Bigfoot bring good luck, members of the Plateau tribes identify Bigfoot as a stick Indian, drawing from a diverse range of potentially hostile beings who stole salmon or confused people by whistling, causing them to get lost. Here, a poster zooms in on a figure spotted in the woods. The large Neanderthal-like creature is studying something intently in the branches of the tree, unaware that it's being filmed. It has been suggested that it is stalking something. Is this an ape filmed from a deceptive angle that makes it look far larger than it is? Or is it a Sasquatch? You be the judge. Depending on who you ask, the thylacine, or Tasmanian tiger, as it is more commonly known, has been extinct for decades, or just really good at hiding. This sighting captured in Clifton Springs, Australia in 2019 claims to be the real deal. Resembling something closer to a wolf than a tiger with distinct dark stripes on its back and tail, the thylacine was hunted to extinction by European settlers who held unwarranted fears that the carnivorous marsupials would attack their livestock. The last known Tasmanian tiger was given to the Hobart Zoo in Tasmania in 1931, and it died in captivity in 1936. More recently, cryptozoologists, hikers, and hunters have claimed to have spotted the animal. But a study conducted by scientists based on sightings suggests that they got it wrong. Some are adamant that the species are not extinct. The animal caught on camera here seems to represent a compelling argument. It does resemble a wolf, and the stripes are visible on its tail. Unfortunately, it might just be too far away to be considered conclusive. Our hopes are that scientific study did get it wrong, and that the species has managed to survive in some remote part of Tasmania, far away from human interference and harm. From abandoned buildings to wild night adventures, some YouTubers think danger equals views. It might, but caution is crucial. Climb a mountain 1,000 times, but one fall can send you to the hospital or worse.
La ilaha illallah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Astaghfirullahalazim.
Meet YouTuber BM, Exploring the wild at night. Suddenly, something pops up from behind a wall. The video is grainy, making it hard to see the creature's full form. But those glowing red eyes, they're clear as day and enough to send shivers down your spine. What creature has eyes like that? The creature seems content to observe, for now. But what if it decides to attack? Why isn't he turning and running? The tension is palpable. The guy stands frozen, praying, but as the saying goes, God helps those who help themselves. In the dark, with only a flashlight and a camera, the danger feels imminent. The creature's eyes pierce through the night, unblinking, eerie. Each second stretches, filled with dread. The unknown makes this encounter all the more terrifying. The video ends abruptly, leaving us wondering what happened next. One thing's for sure. When exploring the wild at night, be prepared for the unexpected. Sometimes, the thrill just isn't worth the risk. If the last two videos were scary, this one's terrifying. We have someone exploring a creepy ritual room, and it's pure nightmare fuel.
حصنت نفسك لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله.
The entrance alone is enough to give you chills. Inside, it looks like the room was built around a forest. Did you see that? As soon as he entered, the book closed by itself. It's like someone invisible was reading it and shut it the moment they saw him. Still, this brave soul ventures further in. It gets creepier by the second. There's no one in sight, yet the candles are burning. That twig is seesawing as if someone was just there. If I were the cameraman, I would have bolted ages ago. Look at the walls, strange writings, and a symbol carved into it. Why is it red? Could it be blood? What kind of terrifying ritual took place here? And then, he gets attacked. The million-dollar question, by whom? Do you need any more proof to avoid unknown and dangerous places? Here's a disclaimer. If this was staged, it's in very bad taste. People should find better ways to make money. But if it's real, well, that's a whole new level of terrifying. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. This next video takes creepy and weird to a whole new level.
Golpeábamos la pared y no se movía.
You won't believe what this man records inside a hole in the wall. Are those people inside the wall? Look at those eyes. They have a yellowish hue. What are they? And more importantly, what are they doing inside the wall? Even more puzzling. Why is the man recording so calmly? I would have had one of two reactions. Get scared and run, or smash the wall to break those people out. Just standing and recording isn't the response I would have had. It's this calmness that makes the scene even eerier. I'm seriously out of explanations here. Why are these figures in the wall? Is this some bizarre art project or something far more sinister? This video leaves us with more questions than answers, and that's what makes it truly unsettling. What you are about to see will make you wonder what's happening when you're not looking. This footage is from a backdoor camera. See that? Those cloudy formations? What are they? Look! They're even casting a shadow. These don't seem like natural phenomena. It's almost as if they're bending over to pick something up. If you observe closely, it even feels like the outline of a human. This creeps me out. I've seen enough videos to believe there's something beyond our physical bodies. Could souls be real, manifesting in different forms? Is this one of those forms? I have no answers. All I can do is speculate. Whatever this is, it's enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Never play with wild animals. They're unpredictable and dangerous. And this next clip is a prime example of why you should heed this warning. A worker is trying to feed a hungry gator. He could have just thrown the chicken into the water and let the gator take it. But no, he wants to put on a show. He's playing with the chicken, trying to reel the gator closer. But the gator thinks, why settle for a chicken when I can have the whole human? The gator lunges at him. He slips. But luckily, his stars were aligned that day. He barely escapes thanks to someone more experienced who manages to control and calm the gator. A quarter of a second here or there, and this video could have ended very differently. So, let this be a lesson. Leave wild animals alone. Don't play with them or test your luck. Luck is not something you can count on. Enough of the scary and creepy. Let's shift gears to something motivational. Here's a David V's Goliath story you wouldn't believe. Watch this furious fight between a lion and a dog. Yes, you heard that right. A brave dog taking on a lion. At first it looks like the lion is going to get an easy meal. But then, the lion seems taken aback by the dog's courage and vigor. The dog notices the lion's reluctance and seizes the moment, becoming even more aggressive. It's truly a sight to watch. What we thought would end up as an easy meal for the lion now walks away with pride. This brave little dog shows that with enough courage and determination, even the smallest can stand up to the mightiest. Back to the unexplained. I don't know what to feel about this video. Here's a strange humanoid creature caught on camera, reportedly from Russia. Is this truly a humanoid figure flying in midair, or is it some kind of illusion? It's hard to tell. I want to believe it's an illusion, because if this is real, what other supernatural abilities might this creature have? If it can fly, can it also pass through walls? Can it move at supersonic speeds or even faster? What are its intentions? And how many more of them are out there? It's truly terrifying to even entertain the idea that this could be real. As they say, ignorance is bliss. I'd rather go to bed thinking it's an illusion than believing it's real. This next video is a fisherman's dream. Here's a massive school of fish swimming near the shore, leaping out of the water like dolphins. I've seen fish do this in rivers, but never at a beach and never in such a large group. It's an incredible and strange sight, but I'm sure there's a logical explanation for it. If anyone out there knows why these fish are behaving this way, share your knowledge with the rest of us. It's fascinating to watch and reminds us how much we still have to learn about the mysteries of the ocean. We're back to strange and scary creatures. Here's a weird one. It seems like creatures with red glowing eyes are popping up everywhere. We saw one earlier, and now here's another one, reportedly from Palestine. This soldier is sitting in a cave, pointing to something. That something is a pair of red, glowing eyes. We don't see much more of this creature, but those are definitely eyes. The strange part, aside from the creature itself, is that the soldier isn't scared at all. Either he's extremely brave or he knows what that creature is. Either way, I'm scared. I'll always be on the lookout for these creatures going forward. Here's a strange phenomenon. The streets are flooded, possibly due to heavy rains or an overflowing river nearby. But what is that white material floating in the water? Is it ice, foam, or some kind of white sand? I'm not sure. But I do know this isn't normal. There's probably a scientific explanation. But I hope it's a good one and not a sign of some global warming doomsday scenario. It always starts with something small like this, and then blows out of proportion. Let's hope this is just a curious anomaly and nothing more. Our channel isn't always about the weird, scary, and creepy. We like to sprinkle in some positivity and beauty every now and then. Here's one such clip. Look at this stunning display of colors in the sky. Mother Nature is truly the ultimate artist. No human creation can come close to her ingenuity and creativity. I could keep looking at this forever. It brings a sense of pleasure and fills me with calm. I'm not sure what causes this natural phenomenon. It's not the usual refraction of light, since the colors aren't in the order of the spectrum. It's not a rainbow pattern. The colors are all jumbled up. If anyone knows what causes this phenomenon, enlighten us all in the comments. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. We just saw Mother Nature's beauty. Now let's witness her fury. Strong winds have taken over this neighborhood. The skies look gloomy, but it's the dance of the winds that's truly terrifying. The video doesn't show what the winds destroyed, but if I had to guess, I'd say it was some kind of structure on the roof, and it completely blew it to pieces. It's all gone in an instant. Now imagine standing on that roof. You'd be blown away too. As much as nature nurtures, she is also a destroyer. Let's just hope none of us find ourselves in the middle of such a storm. This next video is a mystery. I don't know whether to classify it as natural, supernatural, or otherworldly, because I really don't know what it is. Look at this strange light formation in the sky. What is this? It can't be a ray of light passing through the clouds because no clouds have holes like this. Also, the light is too bright and seems to come from a local, much closer source. So, sunlight through clouds is definitely ruled out. Could it be some kind of man-made aircraft? There are a few reasons why that doesn't fit. First, did you notice any sound? No. So this aircraft doesn't produce any noise. Second, it's not moving. It's hovering in place. A silent, stationary aircraft seems highly unlikely. This leaves two options. Either it's an unknown natural phenomenon, or it's an unknown flying object, or as they call them nowadays, unknown aerial phenomenon. My mind leans toward the latter. Could this be genuine proof of otherworldly visitors? No longer cautious about hiding themselves? If this is indeed an alien flying machine, we are in for some interesting times ahead. We just saw what might be proof of an unknown flying object. In this next video, we might just see evidence of another important question that has haunted humanity for ages. Are souls real?
Como si fuera un fantasma de los de toda la vida que salen en las películas. Lo que pasa que en vez de ser blanco, pues es como gris.
Watching this video, I'm inclined to say yes. You see that black shadowy form leaving the house, hovering in the air for a while, and then ascending to the sky. If you have a better explanation than a soul, let us know in the comments, because that's the only plausible answer we can think of. Look at that. If it were just smoke coming out of a chimney, it wouldn't maintain its form the entire time. It also wouldn't make a circle in the sky before heading upwards. More importantly, the speed doesn't match smoke. I wish we could confirm if someone passed away in that house at that moment. That would be strong proof that we are more than just our physical bodies, that there is a soul, and that the heavens are real. Fair warning, this next video is truly scary and might give you some sleepless nights. A man is in his car by the side of a road, stopped because he heard a weird screeching sound. He steps out to investigate. Listen to that screeching sound for yourself.
I'm gonna go check it out.
What on earth was that? That is terrifying. Now try getting that out of your mind when you go to bed. But seriously, what was it? It was a human. It definitely seemed like it was trying to say something, but I couldn't decipher what it was. That high-pitched voice creeps me out. As scary as it was, I just hope it wasn't an actual person asking for help. And more importantly, I hope that driver is safe and sound. What would you do in such a situation? Would you run for your life, or try to check if it was someone who needed help? Our next clip is another one of nature's wonders. A man is in a desert, but he's filming what looks like a river made of white clay. That's the best description I can come up with. Is this a natural phenomenon or the result of some man-made disaster? I have no idea. Whatever it is, it's really odd. For starters, it's in a desert. When was the last time you saw a flowing body of water in a desert? Second, what is it that's giving this water its color and texture? If anyone knows where this is and what it might be, please drop a comment. This is one mystery we'd love to solve. Earlier, we saw nature's fury in the form of heavy winds. Now, let's witness the devastation of a wildfire. Look at that roaring fire. It will engulf those buildings in no time. Imagine working and dreaming of building a house, only to have it swallowed whole by wildfires. How devastating. Such wildfire incidents are increasing year after year. I don't want to dive into the argument of whether global warming is real or not. But one thing is certain, humans are having a negative effect on the planet. We need to think about how we can minimize this impact. This planet belongs to us just as much as it belongs to every other species. We must be more responsible and cautious in our approach and recognize our role as the dominant species on the planet. We've all seen the image of a horse tied to a chair. If it wanted, it could just run away with the chair. But it stands there conditioned not to move when tied. Here's another funny example of this mentality.
Yeah.
Someone draws a circle around this frog using chalk, then pokes it to make it move. Something weird happens. The frog jumps to the edge of the circle, but doesn't cross it. It refuses to jump outside the circle. This is really interesting animal behavior. Unlike the horse, I'm sure this frog isn't trained. So what's causing the frog to stay inside the circle? Is it the scent or color of the chalk? Or is it something psychological? Whatever it is, it's fascinating to watch. Ghosts. Are they real or not? After watching hundreds of hours of footage on ghost sightings, I have to say, there's something out there we don't yet understand. What it is and its significance, that's a question no one has an answer to. But here are some videos that will get you thinking. First up, we have someone driving on a remote unlit road. For some reason, the driver stops the vehicle and the lights go off. He turns them back on and the dash cam captures this. Did you see that? A shadowy human figure. You can literally see through it. Why does it look like it's in some kind of costume? The moment the light goes on, it steps back into the darkness. What was it planning to do if the lights didn't come back on? Strange and scary. The driver speeds away. As he gets to the main road, he slows down to make a turn, and the shadowy figure appears again. You get a better picture now. What is happening here? It almost retracts back as soon as it comes into view. This is seriously creepy and scary. For some reason, the guy decided he wanted to investigate and stopped the car and went to look around. Don't ask me why, he just did that. And he indeed found something. It looks like a white, long robe hanging in midair. He immediately scoots away, but let's slow it down and have another look. It's too dark to definitively say that it's not staged. But still, what if it's real? The next morning, again, he goes back to the surrounding area. He wanders around and places the camera down, and it catches this. A shadowy figure. It only looks like the outline of a man, just casually walking and then vanishing. So what do you think? Are these real or staged footage? Do souls exist? Can they interact with our world, or are they limited to their own dimension or plane? These are questions that have haunted us since time immemorial, and we are yet to have any conclusive answers. Two men returning to what appears to be a deserted and isolated house at night. It is unclear if the home is theirs, possibly abandoned due to what follows, or merely a site of strange activity. Either way, their behavior is odd. Pulling up, one of them focuses his flashlight at the windows. Pay close attention, or you just might miss it.
Holy f***. What? Go.
Most towns have one. Creepy, deserted old house that has given way to neglect. Perhaps the owners grew old and died. Perhaps something terrible happened there. This is one of those houses. Note the tall grass out front. The air of abandonment. And then, so quick, you almost miss it. The figure of a small boy standing in the doorway. Why is he there? What nightmare unfolded behind those walls? Why is he trapped, unable to leave? The men seem to know that the house has a reputation. They do not get out of the car. Even when it is clear the figure is the height of a child, they do not stop to investigate. Instead, they speed off into the night, leaving us to to wonder what really happened there. Watch again in the zoomed-in footage. Illinois. Zoomed in and surprisingly clear footage captures something utterly terrifying amongst the trees. At first sight, it is barely detectable, but then a figure emerges. A hulking bipedal creature stands almost as tall as the trees in the snow-covered landscape. Spotted, it begins to move. Is this a hoax or further compelling evidence to suggest that Bigfoot really exists? The scale of the creature positioned amongst the trees and the confident manner it moves in this snowy wilderness suggests that this is its home. The overall shape of the creature and the almost conical head add to the case for this being real. On being discovered, it vanishes into the trees. Chilling at home alone shouldn't be this stressful. Watch what happens in this unsuspecting encounter that really is too close for comfort.
I'm home alone, right? But
a ghostly reflection of what looks like a woman with long dark hair or something pulled over its head appears alongside the poster of the video. Shot in a seemingly continuous point of view, the image is quite terrifying, but her response to the moment is anything but. Perhaps I'd be more convinced if she wasn't so calm to her invisible flatmate. Her demeanor does little to suggest shock or horror. Does the poster just have nerves of steel? Or is it a hoax born of some editing? You be the judge. We see a lot of poor footage of Bigfoot online, which makes the videos we're showing in this episode something of an exception. This one, although zoomed in, seems to capture the creature in fairly close proximity. Pay attention to the movement of this Bigfoot. It has a somewhat different gait to others we've seen. Could this relaxed stride be due to the fact that the creature is unaware that it has been discovered? Or is that the most epic Halloween costume? On Trail Terror, we feature a number of clips of animals in their natural habitat, particularly deer and elk during rutting season. These animals display a diverse number of vocalizations that serve to not only attract mates, but warn others of danger. A Texas police officer stops at a rest stop and records the following sound emanating from the woods beyond. Is initially noticeable is the sheer volume of the bellow. It feels almost otherworldly. Could this be the call of a really large stag or elk? Or as this police officer suggests, the cry of Bigfoot? This startling footage claims to capture the face of Bigfoot. The likeness to human features is incredibly disturbing, but the more you look at the sheer size of its head and the somewhat large gap between its round eyes, these features resemble something less human. Here, the creature seems relaxed and even curious as it glances in the direction of the camera. It knows it's being watched, but in turn it is watching. In other videos, Bigfoot hunters claim that these creatures often have one member who serves as a lookout to protect its family. We have showed earlier videos on this channel where similar close-ups of Bigfoot's face have been captured, but the picture quality has not been as clear. This face confirms the face captured in other sightings, supplying a compelling case for its existence. This mesmerizing and rare footage captures a close-up human encounter with a mountain lion. Watch as the poster and his family come across the calm cat on their walk. Fortunately, the kitty isn't in the mood to rip their faces off. In most eventualities, mountain lion attacks on humans are not that common. If they wanted to hunt us, they would. Having said that, never play submissive to a cougar if you wish to survive. The glorious creature remains relaxed and still as the humans admire her beauty.
Someone climbing up the wall. It's an iceman. It's a ghost. Jesus, what is that?
This somewhat poor quality footage captures a humanoid shape scaling the rock on a mountain without any kind of safety equipment or clothing for that matter. The creature shows remarkable pace and agility as it moves effortlessly further up the mountain face. Is this a nudist rock climber out getting his kicks, or is it something more sinister? The creepy, almost ghostly white skin suggests it should be avoided. Did we mention that mountain lion attacks on humans are rare but not impossible? And that you should never run if being pursued by one but fight back if needs be? Watch this heart-stopping footage of a trail runner being pursued by the big cat.
Oh shit! Hey!
Luckily, he has the wherewithal to assert dominance, or that might have been the end of him. 2 ghostly figures are captured in this footage taken at Yosemite. The weird creatures resemble a type of cryptid, but instead of the elongated body, they have no real torso. Mainly legs and a featureless head, where no eyes, nose, ears, or mouth are apparent. Note the one-dimensional nature of their shape and profile. The stilted walk that shifts to an almost ghost-like floating movement. The figures lurch down the hill in a bizarre fashion, twirling in a creepy dance before disappearing from the frame. Apart from location, there is not much more to go on. If you know what these are, let us know in the comments. In general, malls are seldom the first choice for a paranormal fright night. Those are relegated to creepy old houses or deserted museums. However, The Last of Us changed that with its utterly enchanting and terrifying mall scenes. As did this video, a night duty security guard in a deserted mall after hours has a seriously disturbing shift. It begins with sound disturbances that provide no explanation for what has caused them.
It's creepy, man. You're so freaking creepy.
Followed by a creepy encounter with a paranormal entity in the food court. Watch, she captures the impossible on camera before getting the hell out of there.
These freaking chairs just moved. What the sh... Okay. I'm done.
Clearly, no salary is worth this kind of harassment. A peaceful night at home. A woman prepares for bed when her dog spots something or someone lurking in the shadows, just beyond the living room.
Get ready to go to bed myself. What the f*** is that? What? Oh, God! Fuck!
If their reaction and hers are anything to go by, this isn't a hoax. Watch closely as the apparition appears for mere seconds before vanishing again. We're bringing you some really clear and compelling Bigfoot sightings in this episode of Trail Terror. Watch as this unsuspecting person spots the bipedal creature with its characteristic reddish fur in close proximity. There is the briefest moment where the two face, the beast alerted to the camera person by their panicked shouting. Fortunately, the shy Bigfoot disappears into the forest, avoiding confrontation. A TikToker who posts videos of strange events happening around her home was startled at the sound she heard while putting her chicks away in the pen.
What the fuck?
The sound coming from the forest was like an animal's cry for help. And so she shined her torchlight into the woods while recording. She captures a white figure next to a tree. At first glance, it wasn't there, but when she circled back to look in the same direction, her camera was able to capture a thin white figure at the left side of a tree. The strangest thing was that the figure disappeared after being out of the camera's recording range. Could it be that the mysterious white figure was making those eerie sounds in the forest? Or could it have scared an animal in the woods and caused it to make the bizarre sound? On a clear day, a man happens to capture what looks like Bigfoot casually walking out through a small clearing of a forest and back into the woods. The creature's features may prove it to be Bigfoot, as it walks on twos and appears much more prominent than the average human height. Its arms extend downwards below the waistline and seem to have a thick coat of brown fur. The video quality isn't as clear and makes it hard to make out what the face looks like, but its tall, towering stature, long ape-like arms, and the appearance of thick fur could be an indication of the existence of the cryptid Bigfoot. A woman enjoying the comfort of her home on a sofa happens to see something strange at the window right next to her door that sends chills down her spine. A dark figure appears at the window, also captures the attention of two of her dogs, who stare at the door, putting the lady's nerves on edge. She starts to record it, and the dark figure disappears after some time. The dogs disperse, notifying the lady that the supposed danger that appeared on her door may be gone, but it leaves the lady puzzled as to what this figure could be and its intentions. For all we know, it could be a shadow of a harmless animal walking around and happening to wind up at her front door, or maybe something sinister could be lurking around stalking on the house residents. Two kids were recording their adventure while in the woods when they heard screams coming from deeper within. The screams started as a faint cry for help, but as they walked deeper into the forest, they grew louder, as though someone was desperately trying to escape an ordeal. At first, they think it is some children trying to summon demons by shouting. To them, it appears to be some kind of a joke, but the louder the screams got, the scarier they became. Eventually, they near where their screams were. They panic, and they decide to retreat from the forest into a nearby grassland. Even after distancing from the scene, they could still hear the desperate cries for help from the forest. The kids might have presumed it to be a joke, but maybe something serious could be happening, and a victim needed help. I think it would be best if the kids could have dialed and reported to the authorities. This wildlife enthusiast was taking a nature walk in the middle of the forest when he caught it all with his camera. There, when he zooms his camera, the creature comes into view. It is in a hunched position, making it hard to recognize its face. It has a towering height and covered with thick brown fur. It notices it is being watched and tries to hide between the branches. As the video continues, the creature struts away, leaving the witness speculated. Maybe this could be an ordinary orangutan that could be easily mistaken with the legendary Bigfoot. This polar bear in Russia appeared at the front of a man's house. To the man's surprise, it wasn't acting in a ferocious manner as expected of one. Rather, it was as if it was asking for something. He decides to take a closer look, and it seems a can was stuck on the polar bear's tongue and needed help removing it. He tries to pull it with his hands, but the can appears to be lodged too deeply to make much of a difference. The bear had to be for sure having some pain, and even maybe it had gone days without food. Out of pity, the man decides to call for help, and animal specialists come to the bear's aid. They are able to retrieve the can, and they even place the bear back to its habitat. A polar bear would likely never approach humans like this, but I am assuming that this was a result of how desperate she was for help and how weak she was from hunger. In this clip, a young couple are visited by an unexpected visitor who constantly was knocking the door and trying to forcefully enter. Their dog barks, putting them on high alert that this could be a potential threat. They are scared to the bones, but the man decides to make a bold move. He turns on the lights on the stairs and starts to walk down towards the door to check out what could be making these ominous noises at their door. As he nears the door, the knocking noises suddenly stop. He tries to inquire who it is,
Hello?
but there is no answer. Suddenly, without warning, it appears as if the mysterious being manages to enter and video ends while the man flees from the imminent danger. Could this be a malevolent spirit known to cause disturbances in households? Or somebody dangerous could be terrorizing them? Imagine being all alone in a forest in the middle of the night, and you suddenly get the gut feeling you are being watched. Well, this curious man was not new to this when he encountered something really strange in the woods. Upon spotting something with his flashlight, he decides to record it. When he zooms on the figure, there, it reveals itself. A gray ghost entity appears right next to a tree, just right beside the path. The person in this clip might have a story to tell as horror unravels in front of their eyes. The ghost-like entity appears to be slowly rising up, exposing more of its pale structure. It has elongated arms that stretch below its supposed waistline. Its face isn't clearly seen, but it has taken a humanoid form. I think this is some type of cryptid, or worse, it could be the infamous skinwalker. What would you do when faced with such a figure that looks to be straight out of a horror film? This clip shows a mountain lion covered in snow, stuck atop a rock ledge. There are 3 dogs, all with trackers on their necks, baying the mountain lion up the side of the rock. Although it's hard to tell, the mountain lion is pretty massive. It's puffed up to look larger, but it is still thick and well muscled. It is unable to make a move since it is surrounded by the 3 dogs, which seem to alert the owner of its presence. Their barks and uneasy movements may indicate that they are alert on the mountain lion presence and seem to be warning the owner. The mountain lion appears to be calm and only keeps opening its mouth. Mountain lions have been known to ambush livestock in human settlement, and this dog courageously seemed to have chased it away and cornered it. With a mountain lion as big as the one in the clip, it's a good thing that it didn't turn and attack. It probably would have made short work of those dogs. A man walking in the forest stumbles upon a strange sight that is worth a shot. He captures a tall, huge figure standing at the top of the sloped forest. At first, we only see the figure's tall, towering stature, but when it faces the camera direction, we are able to make out some of the figure's features. It appears to walk like a human, but it has an abnormal height. It has a relatively small head in relation to the body and tall, lanky, long arms. We are not able to make out whether the figure had fur on its body. One might say it is a human with a large costume, trying to cause a speculation, but this figure is truly a remarkable one, and it could be a rare sighting of the Bigfoot. Have you ever talked to someone who worked in police forensics, especially dealing with video footage? I bet they've seen some terrifying stuff, but nothing quite like this. Creepy, right? This video comes from a police investigation department. It shows a car that was involved in a roadside accident. The videographer recorded the wrecked car at the scene, but when he took it back to the office for editing, he saw something horrifying. Slowing down the video, they noticed a distorted child's face in the back seat, staring directly at the camera. There's no mistaking it a child's face, somehow appearing inside the wrecked car. The videographer was in shock, thinking it might be his imagination. But when he showed it to other editors, they saw it too. This child's face materialized from the seat back, staring right into the camera in a way that's just bone-chillingly creepy. According to the police report, the family involved in the accident was taken to the hospital, and there was nobody else in the car at the time of the recording. So, who was that child? A ghost? The spirit of someone who met a similar fate in that very spot? This video is seriously unsettling, and it leaves you with more questions than answers. What do you guys think? According to Navajo legends, skinwalkers are terrifying shapeshifters who can transform into animals. While these tales might seem like campfire spooks, one homeowner's recent experience will shake you up. This video comes straight from a homeowner who noticed his three-legged dog acting strange. We all know dogs can be goofy, but this was next level weirdness. So, the homeowner decided to catch it on camera. In the video, you see a doorway. Then, something shuffles past on two legs. But that's not all. The thing actually walks through the doorway. And guess what? It's the homeowner's dog, but moving in a way that'll send shivers down your spine. It's walking on two legs, smoothly and efficiently, which is just plain unnatural for a dog with a missing limb. The homeowner says the weirdness didn't stop there. The dog's behavior around food was off the charts too. Now here's the thing that freaks me out. Maybe the dog learned to walk like that to compensate for its missing leg. But what if that's not the case? What if, I hate to even say it, what if it wasn't the homeowner's dog at all? Maybe it was a skinwalker. I sure wouldn't want to be in that homeowner's shoes. Reddit, land of the ultra-specific question and the downright terrifying story. This one definitely falls into the latter category.
Hello?
This video features a girl calling her boyfriend Zach, but the answer she gets is anything but comforting. In the video, she starts recording the call, and what comes through the speaker will send chills down your spine. It's not your typical bad connection static. No, these are screeching, inhuman noises that sound like something out of a horror movie. Like a creepy creature breathing into the microphone, trying and failing miserably to form words. The whole 2 minutes are filled with this unearthly sound. The girl, understandably freaked out, heads to her boyfriend's place after the call ends. Guess what? He claims he never made that call, and his phone history backs him up. So, who was on the other end? Now, some might say it's just static. But trust me, static doesn't screech like that. There's also the prank theory. Maybe Zach pulled a fast one and deleted the call log. No way he could mimic that. They were pure nightmare fuel. This one seriously creeps me out. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Security cameras are supposed to give us peace of mind, right? A watchful eye over our precious belongings. But sometimes they capture things that leave us with more chills than comfort. This footage comes from a homeowner's security camera in California, and what it caught is downright strange. It's a short clip, barely 3 seconds long. We see a seemingly ordinary living room when suddenly, did you see that? A figure darts through the doorway. It moves with a blur, disappearing into another room. Now, here's the scary part. The homeowner swears nobody was home at that time. They were all out for dinner. So, what was that? Slowing down the video only makes it creepier. The figure seems almost transparent. A wisp of smoke vaguely resembling a child. Needless to say, the homeowner is shaken. This wasn't just some playful kid roaming the house after bedtime. Some clips are short, but full of chaos.
What the?
This guy knew to start filming before anything was happening, so I am guessing they set it all up. We see a guy just frantically running from the forest, stumbling down next to the car. After which moment, a deer suddenly appears from that spot. The guy keeps on laughing. I'm not exactly sure what is going on, so maybe you can let me know. I have no idea where the deer appeared from, and what is up with the guy. Is he fine? I would be more worried about the guy and also the deer, instead of laughing. The forest has always fascinated me. There's so much to discover under its leafy canopy, but it can also be a place of unsettling encounters, like the one this mother had.
This trail, and I keep hearing that same scream. Here it is again. I can't even imagine what it could be. Like, it's definitely not a bird or some kind of animal.
This video features a mother on a peaceful walk with her baby on a trail in Vancouver. Everything seems idyllic. The mom's cooing at her baby, asking it to say hi. Then, silence explodes. A blood-curdling scream rips through the air, echoing from the dense woods. The mom flinches, clearly startled, but tries to brush it off, continuing to play with her baby. But the scream comes again. This time, it's louder, closer. It sends shivers down your spine. The mom instinctively scoops up her baby and turns for home. As they walk, the screams keep coming, growing more and more frequent, as if whatever's making that horrifying noise is gaining on them.
Definitely not a bird or some kind of animal. What the heck?
If whatever's making that horrifying noise is gaining on them. This definitely had Skinwalker vibes written all over it. I can't shake the feeling the baby might have been the target. They say animals have a sixth sense, that they can see things we can't. But lately, even our cameras seem to be picking up on the unseen. This next video, captured just this year, 2024, on a farm, is a real head-scratcher. The video shows two cows peacefully enjoying a night on the farm. Suddenly, something bizarre occurs. As one cow grazes and the other rests, a small humanoid figure materializes out of thin air. This figure walks past the black cow and then vanishes as inexplicably as it appeared. The figure resembles a short human with disproportionate features. Long legs, a small torso, and a large, oddly shaped head. Its entire body appears white and almost textured. Based solely on its appearance, one might think it's an alien due to its elongated limbs and prominent head. However, the way it materializes and disappears without a trace suggests a more paranormal explanation. Whatever it is, those cows couldn't care less. They're just going about their bovine business, completely unfazed. When we talk about cute animals, bear cubs are often the first thing that comes to mind. However, this video will completely shift those thoughts. A hiker was on an adventure in a forest in China when he encountered his worst nightmare. In the video, we see the Chinese hiker holding a wooden stick, looking scared and trying to fend off something in the bushes. He is screaming towards the bushes, but we can't see what it is. Suddenly, the source of his fear reveals itself. A grown bear cub. The bear comes rushing and charging towards the hiker, who screams and uses the stick to defend himself. The bear cub starts pawing and trying to bite the hiker, but the hiker stands his ground. This ferocious encounter goes on for a while, until the bear cub realizes the hiker is a difficult target and leaves. It was a tense face-off, and I think the hiker should have been better prepared. In situations like this, bear spray would have worked like magic. Darkness. It's wired into our brains to fear it, that vast unknown where anything could be lurking. But what's even scarier, when you know something's out there, but you have no idea what it is. This clip, captured by a thermal night vision camera in the remote Canadian woods, is seriously messing with me. In the footage, we see a dense forest at nighttime. As the camera pans around, it captures thermal signals of something on a treetop. The cameraman, however, dismisses it as some kind of bird's nest. The camera continues searching until, on its return, it discovers a figure in the trees. This figure looks humanoid and is strolling through the woods. Remember, it's late at night, and this human is wandering in the woods at that time, in that deep darkness. It's a confusing and slightly scary sight, seeing a person like that. Maybe this person is lost or needs help. But when the camera first passed that spot, there was no one there. And what about the thermal signals from the top of that tree? It's a truly confusing and terrifying video. This next clip shows a truly strange and rare capture by a New York local, resembling a doomsday event. Amazing or concerning? This video, captured by a New York City resident, showcases an incredibly strange and otherworldly phenomenon unfolding in the sky. The footage reveals an eerie blue glow emanating across the entire cityscape, bathing New York City in an unsettling light. The sight left many residents confused and bewildered, as evidenced by multiple recordings capturing the event. But don't worry, it wasn't an alien invasion. In reality, it was a transformer explosion at an electrical station in New York City. The blue light you see is from that electrical explosion. The electrical fire caused by the explosion emitted a blue color, which is why the sky appears this way. While it may look kind of amazing and mesmerizing from a distance, close-up views, let's just say, were considered beautiful at all. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Have you ever felt like the world is glitching? Like we're stuck in some giant computer simulation and things just aren't working right? Well, this video involving a news helicopter might have you convinced. Believe it or not, this video isn't frozen. It was filmed by a Texas farmer who captured a strange sight involving a news helicopter. In the video, a news channel helicopter hovers overhead. However, the helicopter's blades appear to be motionless. While the helicopter itself flies and moves forward, the blades look frozen in place. Even during descent for landing, the blades seem unmoving. Glitch in the matrix? Not quite. The culprit here is the camera's frame rate. Movies and videos are captured at specific frame rates. If the video is shot at 30 frames per second, and the helicopter's blades rotate at 30 times per second, they'll be in the same position in every frame, making them appear frozen. In essence, the blades sync up with the camera's frame rate, creating the illusion of a glitch. This next clip is a real wake-up call for anyone who hops in their car without a quick look underneath. Trust me, it could save a life, and maybe a feathered friend too. This TikTok video perfectly demonstrates why checking your tires before you drive is crucial. In the video, the user pans down to their Jeep wheel, and there, nestled right in, is a whole owl. The owl's perched there, completely camouflaged until the camera catches its eye. Suddenly, it's all alertness and defense. The owl opens its wings to intimidate the cameraman, and then jumps on him, leaving him startled. The video ends there, but I can't imagine what would have happened if the driver hadn't checked and just started driving. But why do animals do that? Hide under our cars. Outdoor animals looking for cover. They're warm for quite a while after being parked, and have lots of cozy spots to curl up in. So this owl just saw some warmth under there and hid. Thank God the owl was lucky enough that the driver checked before starting the car. There are two camps when it comes to extraterrestrial life: believers and skeptics. This video might just make the doubters think twice. The clip, which appears to originate in Sweden, captures a truly bizarre sight in the night sky. While an empty street occupies the foreground, the real star of the show is high above. As the camera zooms in, we see multiple lights arranged in an unusual formation, reminiscent of a saucer or some otherworldly dish. Upon closer inspection, the object even seems to possess a definite shape, like a massive unknown flying object hovering over a Swedish town. The authenticity of the video is certainly questionable. Something of that size would likely have garnered significant attention from local news outlets. However, it's also possible that this particular sighting simply hasn't reached the public eye yet. We've all had that eerie feeling of being watched, but this clip from Sri Lanka takes it to a whole new level. The video, captured by an apartment resident in Sri Lanka, could be mistaken for a divine presence keeping watch. It showcases the view from their window, where a peculiar cloud formation takes center stage from the very beginning. The shape bears an uncanny resemblance to a monster humanoid figure with glowing eyes seemingly fixated on the camera. However, before you jump to conclusions, it's important to remember this is simply a cloud formation, not a living entity or monster. The glowing eyes are most likely a result of sunlight peeking through gaps in the clouds. Despite the natural explanation, the cloud's elongated shape, with its long arms and torso, is undeniably creepy and could send shivers down your spine. Ghosts and spirits, as much as they are scary and terrifying, can also be very annoying and mischievous. Just like what this homeowner encountered.
We came into the kitchen and every single cabinet is open.
Who could be behind it? This video was recorded by a homeowner in the middle of the night when they heard banging noises from their kitchen. In the video, we see that the whole kitchen is a mess, with every drawer and cupboard wide open. The homeowner shows everything on camera, and we can see everything was left wide open. The mother of the owner is also confused about what just happened. The homeowner blames it on paranormal activities. However, to me, it looks like there could have been someone breaking into the house and searching in the kitchen. But again, why would someone search in the kitchen if they broke into the house to steal? This is quite chilling and bizarre footage. Rumors of our school being built on a cemetery and harboring ghostly activity have swirled for years, but this video from a night janitor might be the proof we never expected.
See, no. It just follows me no matter what. Ooh! No, I can't.
The clip, captured by a school janitor during his late shift, features an encounter that seems ripped straight from a horror movie. In the video, the janitor explains the school's history and the stories of strange occurrences whispered among past janitors. He then enters a classroom littered with balloons and graffiti, remnants of a recent party. However, his focus quickly shifts to a single balloon exhibiting unusual behavior. The janitor claims the balloon seems to follow him around the room, even when he's not looking directly at it. We see him inflate the balloon, and then witness it move seemingly on its own before trailing behind him. Though visibly taken aback, the janitor continues filming as he exits the classroom. The balloon persists in its pursuit, floating down the hallway after him, until the video cuts out. One can't help but wonder what caused the balloon's bizarre movements. Its slow, deliberate following is undeniably creepy. In that situation, most of us wouldn't hesitate to grab a needle just to be safe. There's a reason why desolate roads at night make most of us nervous, and this video from India perfectly captures that feeling. Did you notice that? A tourist in India was traveling towards Tiger Point and casually recording a Snapchat of the road at 1 in the morning when something really creepy was captured in his snap. In the video, we see the driver navigating a desolate, rainy road. He passes a car parked on the roadside with its headlights on, and the video ends. Everything seems fine, right? Not until we slow down the video at the 4-second mark. You see, a hand appears on the windshield from above. The hand looks humanoid, but there's something creepy about it. It appeared out of nowhere, and the driver didn't notice it at the time. He only saw it later when he was back at his apartment and reviewed his snap. Whose hand was that? Was it linked to the car parked on the roadside? It's all truly unsettling. A New Jersey homeowner, plagued by mysterious nighttime disturbances in the kitchen, decided to set up a Ring camera to catch the culprit. The resulting footage left them utterly unsettled. The video, captured by the Ring camera positioned in the homeowner's kitchen, reveals a scene of disarray. Dishes scattered across the counter. But amidst the clutter, an even more unsettling event unfolds. A broom leaning against the counter near the fridge suddenly topples over, propelled by an unseen force, and crashes into a glass jar, shattering it completely. The homeowner was fast asleep upstairs at the time of the incident. With no one else present, the broom's movement and the force with which it struck the jar are undeniably strange. While the video doesn't definitively prove anything paranormal, it certainly suggests an unexplained phenomenon. One thing's for sure. The homeowner now has undeniable evidence that something unusual is happening in their house. A group of friends set out on a drive to test the new forward-looking infrared night vision system on their ultimate tow rig, but what they captured on camera was far from what they expected. As they cruised down a desolate road at night for the test, they encountered a bizarre sight: a hairy humanoid creature crossing their path. Multiple cameras mounted on the truck recorded the mysterious being, revealing its tall, humanoid appearance and unique walk that didn't resemble any known animal. The creature, brown in color, stood out against the darkness of the night. According to the friends, this creature resembled the legendary Bigfoot, with sightings reported in other parts of Grizzled Gloosh in recent times. So what do you think? Was it truly Bigfoot, or perhaps just someone pulling a prank on the friends? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. This video comes from Aiguille du Midi and captures a heart-stopping moment during a mountain climb. In the footage recorded on a climber's GoPro camera, we see a group of professional climbers embarking on a climb up the Aguil du Midi mountain. They appear well equipped with climbing gear and seem experienced. As one of the hikers reaches the cameraman, he pauses to relay something to the camera before taking his next step. Suddenly, he slips and begins sliding down the icy track. It's a breathtaking moment, as even a split-second delay, or a failure to secure a grip, could have led to a disastrous fall down the mountain. The narrow and treacherous path they're navigating down looks incredibly daunting. After witnessing such a close call, it's understandable why some might opt to steer clear of hiking adventures. Do you believe in miracles? If you're like me and you don't, then this video might make you reconsider. Recorded in a forest, this video showcases a truly unusual sight. A water fountain emerging from a tree trunk. The water pressure is surprisingly high, and it seems to flow endlessly from the tree. Many viewers who already saw this video find this scene confusing, with some even considering it a miracle or something paranormal. However, I believe there's a logical explanation for this phenomenon. I've read somewhere that when you cut a tree after it has absorbed recent rain, it can release water. But I must admit, this fountain-like display is quite extraordinary. There could be a hidden source of water, such as a pipe concealed behind the tree by the person filming the video. Even if the video turns out to be fabricated and fake, I must commend the creator for making it incredibly convincing. Glowing white eyes in the dead of night. From out of the darkness can barely be seen a shape, a moving creature. It is rumored to be the Australian yowie. Some individuals believe that yowies could be the Australian equivalent of Bigfoot, although there are different accounts regarding the creature. It is believed that this creature inhabits the outback and other remote areas of Australia. Opinions on the creature's behavior vary, with some describing it as timid or shy, while others claim it to be violent and aggressive. I think it is safe to say that whatever this creature is, it is a terrifying one we would all want to avoid meeting in the forest. With its large forehead, we can almost imagine it to be a gorilla of sorts. Its movements are rapid and jerky. It seems to be hiding, but from what? Does it know it is being watched from this trail camera? For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.